Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we getting on? Welcome back to Far Harbour. So, last time we joined up with Nick Valentine and began a new mission for him to find a missing young lady from the Northern Commonwealth, Kasumi Nakano, I believe her surname was, who had made her way to Far Harbour, having gotten into contact with the Synth refuge, even, up here, and believing herself to be a synth, fled home and set off this way. So we're going to push out looking for her today. We've just so arrived here in Far Harbour, and we've already discovered the town is having rather a hard time, being attacked by various creatures, and apparently the fog that's covering the island is highly radioactive and getting worse. So we'll no doubt be investigating that. So let's jump right in. So Avery suggests that there were a few people around here who might want our help, and a few people who might not be so interested in it, so let's have a quick wander around and see what's what in the harbour.
The hull took a battering, to be sure, but she wouldn't be standing at all if it weren't for you. They call me the Mariner, shipwright, handyman, and the only one keeping the harbour afloat. Well, beside Captain Avery.
Gotta love they ended up with the same name as the mayor, I suppose.
Why doesn't anyone help you?
Each harborman is the captain of his own ship. Worked fine for generations on the homesteads. Your land, your rules. But when the island pushed them onto my dock, one by one, the ungrateful bastards expect me to look after my land, even though they're squatting on it, like wretches.
Doesn't seem like a particularly civically minded group.
If it's that bad, why put up with it?
I couldn't very well toss them back into the fog, could I? Bad luck, that. Surely their spirits would haunt me to my grave. And that's a fact.
Wonderful. They're superstitious as well.
The town's lucky you're here.
You blowing smoke up my sails. Huh. But there is... I don't suppose you'd be willing to lend a hand. In order to do proper repairs, I need tools. Specialized tools. And they won't be easy to come by. 450 caps if you can, though.
I got a big gun, says I'll be okay.
Sign me up. I'll help.
Eagle's Cove Tannery. Tools are certain to be there. Now get.
Charming.
Avery.
I hope the harbor's being good to you. At this point, I'd settle if folks were just plain civil.
What's the history of this place?
Well, this whole dock used to belong to the Mariner, when the fog started getting thicker. Family by family, homestead by homestead, people were kicked out of their homes inland. The Mariner was kind enough to let people stay. The harbor just kind of grew out of that charity.
Yeah, that's interesting. So it wasn't a proper settlement per se until fairly recently.
You know of anyone that could use some help?
It's never easy to ask anyone on this island for help, much less a stranger. But I've got a responsibility to these people, and I have a job for you, if you're up for it. Besides, I know you're tougher than you look.
Thank you, I think.
What exactly do you need help with?
We get our drinking water from a purifier not far outside of town. We had a bad storm not long before you got here, and it must have damaged the fog condensers that protect the road to the purifier. I sent Howard Dunbar out to fix them. He was out there when the Mirelurks hit us, and I'm afraid they might have got him, too. I was hoping you might
Didn't
go
see
have
any
a look.
Mirelurks.
If the worst happened, maybe you could get those fog condensers back online. If you're up to it, just head south out of town. It's paying work, of course. I wouldn't ask a stranger to stick their neck out on our behalf, unless I was willing to pay a fair share for it.
What exactly are these fog condensers? How do they work?
Well, I'm no
They look pretty
engineer.
cool.
The way it was explained to me, each fog condenser pulls in the air around it and then condenses it into liquid. The point being, the fog doesn't get past them. They make a barrier that protects the town. No fog means that all the nasty things living in it stay in it. They don't venture out too often. The fog's their home, I guess. The fog condensers eat up a lot of power, but we've got a wind farm that takes care of that. As long as the turbines stay charged, we stay safe.
Am I gonna need any tools or parts if I have to make these repairs on my own?
The fog condensers need their power modules replaced, but Howard took the only spares we had. Either way, you're gonna have to find him first.
Okay, so it should be easy enough.
All right, I'll head out there now.
Good. Our water supply won't last much longer. You eyeing me, mainlander?
Not in the waders, no. You must be Cassie whatever, I guess. Cassie Dalton, there we go.
Hi.
You're that mainlander who just got here.
No, I've been here for years.
Because this island sees and hears everything you do. I should know. I watched the island tear down the greatest family that ever set foot in Far Harbour. It's a tale of greed, blood, and vengeance.
What family are you talking about?
I was just about to explain.
I had a feeling you might be.
The Daltons was the pride of Far Harbour for generations, even back before the war. It was lumber and fishing that made the Daltons rich, but they got greedy, took too much from the island. The island's been getting revenge ever since, killing us off one by one. I'm the last Dalton still standing. But now our story takes an unexpected turn. A mysterious stranger comes to Far Harbour. Someone strong, someone capable. With the stranger's help, the last living Dalton finally has a chance to avenge her bloodline once and for all.
Why do I get the feeling I don't want to be dragged into this?
Wait, are you saying that I'm the mysterious stranger who's gonna help you avenge your family?
You're a quick one. Good. You'll need your wits about you, because your part in the story is filled with danger. Now,
Of course it
on
is.
to the first chapter in our tale of vengeance. That will be the sad story of freckle-faced Petey. Petey was my cousin. He was a good lad, never caused trouble. He thought all those freckles brought him luck, but, well, not so much. He was out foraging at the National Park campground when the island sicked some feral ghouls on him. Island's a sneaky bastard when it wants to be. Anyway, he made it back to town, but died from his injuries that night. Of course, those ferals are still out there, waiting to kill the next poor fool who comes.
Feral hunting then. We can do that.
Damn shame that.
Where did you say these ghouls were?
National Park campground. It's pretty much straight west of here.
I'm not promising anything, but I'll think about it.
You want to take your time thinking about it.
Okay. So she's probably going to send me out on a series of hunting missions, I guess. And somewhere in here, I'm guessing, is where Old Longfellow will be.
Free beer for ya! Ha ha!
Nice.
What's the catch?
Not a catch to be found. A full bar ain't no use to a corpse. So, drink up! You stay here over long and the fog will claim you. Might as well meet her with a belly full of fire, eh?
Strange fellow.
What's so special about the fog on the island?
Can you feel it? Even here, as safe as anyone can be on this damned island. It's alive. You walk inland and it'll blanket you up in no time. And if the clickety-click of the Geiger don't get you, the madness will. The island will claim us all in the end.
Speaking of madness.
The fog can drive you crazy?
Yes, it's not natural. The trappers you find inland, some were always murderous louts. But many just got lost in the fog for too long. And the mind goes. If you have any sense, return where you came from.
Return from whence she came. Mahar.
If it's so dangerous, why do you stay?
This is our home. If you call yourself a proper man or woman, you don't give up on that.
There's something to be said for that.
Besides, we all gotta die. Might as well do it with your long knife deep in the belly of the beast that wronged you. Ha!
Doesn't he mean that in a literal sense or in the other sense?
Not interested.
More for the rest of us.
So, let's have a chat with this fellow.
Captain Avery said you can get me to Acadia.
Heard there was a scuffle out there. You get your hands dirty? I'm done leading people to their deaths in the fog. Last fella couldn't keep up. Didn't last 5 minutes.
As you may have noticed, I'm wearing his coat.
Time to party.
Can you tell me about Acadia?
Strange folk like
I
they
think I wear it better.
call themselves synths. Seems to me they just want to be left alone, to live their life in peace.
Big
They've done
nose.
some good turns for us islanders. The fog condensers, most especially, wouldn't even be a Far Harbour left without those.
Some parents are worried about their runaway daughter. She went to Acadia, and I need to find her.
If someone's headed for Acadia, there's always a story. Yours worth dying over, huh?
Yeah. I've done a whole lot more for a whole lot less.
Clever with words, are you? I could get you to Acadia. But you've got to listen to me. Go where I say, when I say it. Still won't be easy. You stock up on your necessities, Rad X and the like. And then the real work can begin.
Should I make any other preparations?
Ammo, stim packs, maybe a rocket or 3. Worse than Myra lurks out there.
I need to take care of a few things.
Handle your necessities, then off.
So we best check we've got enough Radex and stuff then. If I understand correctly,
Excellent.
POI map markers.
Battles
Point of interest? Yeah, I guess so. Cranberry Island Bog. Now, if I remember rightly, that name's going to rear its head again in Fallout 76. Rayburn Point, Echo Lake Lumber, become a settlement if I remember rightly. Eden Meadows, Eagles Cove, Ocean Area. Okay, fair enough. So, only 2 Radex, so let's grab a little bit more. I was going to head off straight away with Old Longfellow there, but I think we're going to detour and do Captain Avery's little quest first. Just because that should be nearby, rather than running off into the distance. Not quite sure what's going on with my graphics there. But somewhere off in the distance that way. So a little bit to the south and then follow the road. Oh, hello, Milox. First Milox
Looks like
at
Howard
sea.
didn't make it. I'll have to repair the fog condensers myself.
So it would seem 3 of them from the look at that. Interesting looking component. So, there's one. Job's good. Another one's 50 yards off this way. There it is. And there's the last one. There's the water purifiers. Oh, hello. Lurkies. Yeah, make it difficult, eh? But not too difficult. Oh, crikey. Legendary Razor Claw could be a bit more of a challenge. Or maybe not. What you got for me then, buddy? Lucky boosted laser rifle. Oh, I'm lucky. Okay, cool. Right, head back and see Captain Avery then. Interesting. What have we here? Barrels. Oops. Crikey, I'm getting all for this. There we go. Ooh, legendary stalker. There's another one on my right somewhere. Here he is. No, wait, that's just Nick. That's alright then. Supposedly some kind of cinema, judging by the map icon. Oh, I did hear one. Nick's got him. Nice. It's probably a bad idea, but...
That's it.
There we are.
Oh, hello, friend. Goodbye, friend. Yep, thought it was a bowling alley. Actually, I thought it was a cinema, but... Crikey. Fog ghoul, eh? Not any more toffle.
Sure made a mess of this place, didn't they?
Nukes all do that. Ah, nice. Come on. Surprise! Stay down. Strange collection of things here. Ooh. Interesting. Probably not going to keep it. It's a fat man with a chance to cripple. Oh, I see. It shoots bowling balls. That's pretty cool, actually. Not going to lug bowling balls around for the sake of shooting them out of a fat man, though. Saying that. Gotta try it. Oh, it was fun. Okay then, so let's have a quick chat with Captain Avery and turn this one in.
We
and
need
then
those
we'll...
fog condensers working as soon as possible.
Those fog condensers are back online.
Good. Our water supply was starting to get low. Wasn't sure how much longer we could hold out. Did you find Howard?
That'd be the bad news.
He didn't make it.
I should never have let him go out there alone. Well, I said it was paying work. 200 caps should be enough.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that'll do.
Glad I can help you out.
That makes 2 of us. Now here's your pay. I've got to start making arrangements for Howard. So I'll say goodbye.
Hey,
You ready to head to Acadia?
let's go, Longfellow.
Follow me then.
If you don't like the service, there's the door.
I like that woman.
Let's head out of town. Acadia is above the fog line on the mountain. It's a bit of a hike. You might want
A
to
lot
take
of
this
people
for a
only got the
rope.
clothes on their back.
Tastes foul as sin, but it'll help. We need to move through the main track.
Lilac jerky. Poison resistance, huh?
Old Mountain Trail is where we're. The fog ain't like nothing.
Up the
you've
mountain,
seen
eh?
common with. Mainlanders think a dose of Radaway is all you need.
So we're heading out this way, are we?
Found you! Sorry, folks, won't be chewing on us. Still done.
Here's the mountain. So don't be surprised if we got local wildlife to deal with.
Good to know. Acadia National Park, eh? Oh, that looks like wildlife. A vicious wolf. That gently down some, didn't it?
You like them puppies? We blow everything extra mean.
Yeah, apparently so.
Crawler. They usually stick to the deep fog. Best we steer clear. But you never know.
Yeah. Sounded noisy
I
and
was a
close.
young lad, no higher than you or me. The whole island was covered in fog. The fog eventually rolled back. People resettled, but they got comfortable. Started taking things for granted. Folk got short memories. All this has happened before.
Hold there.
Well, hello there.
Bringing one more soul to their damnation, old man.
Well, what have we here? Another rad worshipping lunatic. That's what.
Your barbs do not harm me. I am shielded by my faith.
How about bullets? Faith shield you against those too?
Who's she?
One of them children of Adam preachers started off as pests. Now they're more like a menace.
Do not sully this one with your blasphemy, old man. You. I suggest you go no further. Acadia is a nest of snakes. Beasts that subvert the will of Adam.
Really?
What's Acadia done to make you distrust them?
They supply Far Harbour with the means to turn back Adam's holy fog. You do well
I guess
to
we just
avoid
got a bit
such
of evidence.
creatures, and instead seek the only true master of this land.
Yeah, whatever you say.
Watch yourself, outsider. You walk through Adam's kingdom now.
If you're done wasting time with a fanatic, let's move on.
Yep, I'm done. Starting to sound slightly more like what's his name? Alan Lee. Has a point.
Up ahead,
And possibly him
air's
too.
clean. No fog. Acadia's not too far now.
Nice. Here we are, I think. Looks like it's promising anyway. Yeah. Well, this is quite cool.
And we've arrived. Acadia's already been what they'll be waiting for you. You need my help again. You come see me. Got a cabin just outside of Far Harbour. Good place to tool up your gear, get some rest, or get stinking drunk. Just make sure if you're bringing a bottle of something strong, there's enough to share.
So I can take him on as a companion if I want to. That's cool. That'd be interesting, but I think Nick's the guy to stick with for this.
Leaving already? Don't you want to see what happens next?
You saying you want me to stick around and watch your back?
Maybe later, Longfellow.
All right, but I'm serious about the offer. You ever want to hunt the forests and waters of the island together, I could think of worse things to do.
You know, when I first climbed this mountain above the fog, I thought to myself, now here is a metaphor worth taking in. You've entered a place of clarity, understanding, peace. While you're here in Acadia, Synth welcomes you as long as you welcome us.
There's an interesting looking synth.
I came here looking for Kasumi Nakano.
Really? I'm impressed. Few would brave the kind of journey you've had for the sake of someone else. Kasumi is here. She's safe and unharmed, and you're free to see her if you'd like. Before you do, though,
Fidgety fella.
tell me, do you think Kasumi is a synth?
We're not answering any more questions until you play straight with us. Just who the hell are you, really? There's only one synth with that kind of face and a mind of his own. And I only see him when I look in a mirror.
Nick? It can't be you.
Don't give me that. What are you trying to pull? I've never seen you before in my life.
Please, if you're willing to give me a chance, I can explain.
Is this a joke? Do you really know Nick?
Let me tell you what I
What?
know, and you can judge for yourself. We were prototypes, Nick. The first synths capable of independent thinking and
I think
judgment.
Nick might have been a
Keep
little
talking.
further along
One
than he
of the
was.
Institute's experiments had to do with how our brains could process personality. If we could handle individualized feelings and behaviors, I was allowed to develop mine based on experience. But with you, they wanted to try transferring an entire personality into you. It took several attempts before the personality imprint worked. I saw you wake up not knowing who or what you were so many times. I couldn't let them do it to you anymore. We were the only two prototypes they made. I literally saw myself in you. You were my brother, Nick. I helped you escape the Institute. We left together.
If I were your brother, I'd remember.
That's where you'd be wrong. This happened over a
Interesting.
century ago. There's only so much memory that can fit into the prototype brains we have.
Ah, I've heard enough. I think you and I need to talk about this. Maybe not now, though.
Well, I think we'll talk about it in a minute then.
We need to get back to why we're here. Kasumi Nakano.
Nick, I don't need you to believe me. I'm just glad to see you again. Whenever you're ready, I'll be here. Now, about young Kasumi. It's important that you understand exactly why she's here. I asked you before if you think she's really a synth. If you could indulge me with an answer.
Why are you asking?
Because she came here with that very question. And the answer changes every part of her world. None of us take this transition lightly. She's facing the possibility of her entire life being a lie. That someone stripped her very identity from her and made her into something she isn't. I want you to understand that before you see her. She has a chance here to live as a synth, not hiding, not pretending to be something else.
But if she isn't a
One more
synth, she is
question,
pretending to be
if
something
you'll
else.
Indulge me. You're here for Kasumi, but I suspect there could be another reason you came to us. Tell me, are you a synth?
Interesting question. Fairly sure I'm not.
How would I even know?
I'm afraid if you're looking for some biological test we can do, there isn't any. None that aren't fatal. Instead, you have to look for the signs. Holes in someone's memory. Feelings of unexplained isolation. Odd dreams. But ultimately, you have to decide for yourself. What do you believe? Have you ever questioned your humanity?
A lot of people did, but not for me.
I'm a human being, not a synth.
Are you sure? I don't mean to question you, but what's the first memory you have?
I'm not gonna tell my life story to someone I barely know. Let's hear your answer first.
I was in a laboratory. In the Institute. They were pulling pieces of my head out. Something about wanting to test some neural process. That was every day for months. Strapped down. Operated on. And then I was out. The Institute has fail-safes to strip memories that could identify where they are, how to find them. But I do remember being quite content. I was free. That is my earliest memory. Now, yours?
I was with my wife. We were getting ready for the day. I had to take care of my boy, Sean. And, well, a lot's happened since then.
But no memories before then? No childhood? Your first best friend? Your first kiss? That's usually a sign. Data is easy to migrate, but feelings, that's a hard thing to transfer into another mind. Isn't it funny how a memory can feel like a whole different reality? People, places, even sounds and colors can change. Or someone else has changed them. I won't lie to you. There will always be other explanations. Trauma, disease, the background radiation. They all take their toll on the mind. But I can promise you that you will be accepted here, whatever you decide is true for yourself.
I've heard enough. Where's Kasumi Nakano?
Of course. Kasumi is usually working down below. You can see her whenever you like. Acadia is open to you. Feel free to walk the grounds. Introduce yourself to my co-founders, Faraday and Chase. Did you need anything else before you go?
We'll skip over I'm in the Brotherhood, as he's basically left the Brotherhood. Might be worth telling him the Institute is no more, though.
You should know, the Institute has been destroyed.
What? It's over? No more courser hunts? No more slavery? But
Pretty confident,
that
yeah.
also means the technology to make the synths is lost. Our origins have been buried. Not to mention the loss of human life. Sorry. I'm not going to judge the actions of someone who's wiped out a great evil. You have our gratitude.
It did come at a cost.
Else you need?
I should get going.
Of course.
Sure, ask away.
It's just, with everything that's happened with you and your family, it's a whole hell of a lot to process. I wanted to make sure you're holding up all right.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Huh. You're a tougher nut than I thought. Tougher than I was. Took me a long damn time to get a feel for this place. Thank goodness I found Diamond City. It's got its flaws, sure, but it beats the hell out of anywhere else in the Commonwealth. Of course, when I took up there back when, people were just as scared of the Institute as they are now. Maybe more. The massacre of the CPG was still pretty fresh in people's minds at that point. And folks were still losing sleep over the broken mask. Plenty of people assumed I was just a saboteur, moving in to melt down the reactor or poison the drinking water. But at
Not
the
a saucy
time,
one.
they couldn't exactly turn me away.
Why'd they let you in?
Because I'd rescued the mayor's daughter. Gal of about 15. Pride and joy of the mayor back then. Man by the name of Henry Roberts. The young Miss Roberts decided she'd run off with some caravan hand she'd, known for an evening.
Precocious
Turns out
young
the guy was
lady.
part of a gang of kidnappers. I didn't even know who I was rescuing. Just stumbled on a crying girl and 4 toughs. I took her home and the mayor dubbed me a hero. Offered me a place in town. Lots of folks protested, said I was a spy, but he wouldn't have it. Taking up in the city was tricky at first, but I never tried to hide what I was, and people seemed to warm to that.
You took down 4 guys by yourself?
I didn't have to. Back then, synths were even more of an unknown quantity than they are today. I told them I was rigged to explode and started going beep, beep, beep. Hardest part of that rescue was keeping from laughing as they climbed over each other to get away.
Genius.
Was it hard settling in?
Well, they sure didn't make it easy. I started off doing the jobs no one else wanted. I got more banged up being Diamond City's handyman than I ever did living out in the ruins. But I guess folks never forgot I rescued the mayor's daughter, so they started coming to me when people went missing. Wife runs off with a new paramour and takes the rent money with her. Talk to the synth. An upset father decides moving him and the kids to Good Neighbor in the dead of night's not the worst damn idea since the bomb. Go get Nick. After a while, the jobs got so backed up, they didn't even ask me to do the handyman stuff anymore. Hell, I was so
And
happy
so
to
the
do it.
detective
It was months
agency
before I
was
started
born.
charging anyone. I never stopped being Nick the Synth, but it was Nick the detective folks came to see. It was about then that things finally started feeling normal. It took
You got
me
relatively
a long
lucky.
time to realize that home is where you make it. And with some time and effort, this place can be home for you, too. That's a long story, but I hope it helps. Want to get moving?
So there's a bit of a highlight. After a bit of a surprise there, we have a very, very weird looking synth who claims to be Nick's brother. Which is definitely going to need further investigation, but I think that will be next time. So for now, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do by now. And if you'd like to support the channel a little more directly, then do consider becoming a channel member, which you can find more details on down in the description. It's the updated system that's replacing the former sponsorship option. Otherwise it's much the same. And if you haven't already, do stop by and vote on the Biker Bar build challenge. You'll find links in the description of the video. There should be a card available on the side of the screen for you somewhere as well. For now, thank you very much, and I will be speaking to you all very, very soon.